Excellent!
What's up, guys, and welcome to Paul's Hardware. This is a build video, which I'm excited about because I haven't done one in a little while. I'm here with my brother-in-law, Jason. How's it going, Jason?
Good.
Good.
Thanks.
Jason is my brother-in-law. That's all you need to know. Everything else about him is very mysterious. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. This build, though, is also the build that you saw in my recent October builds video. So what I actually sort of assembled there in theory is about 90% of what you see here. This build that we're doing today is not going to feature a graphics card, so that's the only thing we're really leaving out. Then the other thing is that we swapped out the case from that build with the case that Jason actually already had, which was this Rosewell, what is this, U2? Legacy U3. No, Legacy U3. Right?
B, yes.
U3B, because it's the B is for black.
U3. Yeah.
Anyway, so real quick before we dive into the parts list here, Jason, why do you need a new computer?
All the old ones are breaking.
Okay, that's a good reason. What are you planning to use this computer for?
A few different things, normal stuff like email and Netflix, watching movies, and so forth. My wife also teaches, your sister.
Oh yeah, that's my sister is his wife.
Teaches online courses from home, so she uses Adobe Connect.
Okay.
And so she needs something that will work well for that.
So as a sort of web browsing and Netflix watching and a little bit of work, Adobe Connect isn't terribly intensive, but this is actually probably a little bit overkill for that. This is gonna have more performance than is actually needed here, but we also allowed for an upgrade path with this system. So adding a video card in the future could easily make this a very capable gaming system, and Jason has promised me that he will do that very soon.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
We're gonna keep talking. I think it's actually my sister I need to talk into allowing Jason to game more. That's probably a big contributing factor since there's a baby on the way. But let's go over the parts. I'm excited about all the components that we have here, and let's get into it and start with the parts. Let's start off with the processor. This is the Core i5-6400. This gives you a quad-core processor, no hyper-threading here, although it does have turbo boost functionality. It's also not overclockable, but it also comes in at a lower price point than, say, 6600K. So, again, quad-core is a little bit overkill for, just a basic web browsing system and that kind of thing. But if this were upgraded to a gaming system, I think this would have much better chops at doing that kind of thing. And also it's a quad-core, which I think is more of a standard these days than a dual-core. So there's the processor. We are going to be using the stock heatsink fan that comes along with that. The Crucial BX100 wanted to be next, so it jumped out here. Here's SSD, 250 gig. Nice, reasonably priced 250 gig SSD. Not the fastest of the fast when it comes to your SATA Rev 3 SSDs around the market, but it does a really good job, and it's the only storage in this system, although Jason might be dropping in a hard drive in the future, but again, that's an easy upgrade, so we'll leave that to it. The power supply is right over here on our left. This is the EVGA 550 watt, what is the model? So it's
GS.
It's the Supernova GS. 550 watt, and I chose this one not just because it's 550 watts and 80 plus gold, which means it's going to save on the power bill, but also all the cabling in here is very nice. It's all black. There are no hideous burst of color cables in there. We also have some Corsair Memory, of course. This is the Vengeance series. DDR4, since we need DDR4 to go along with our 6400 processor from Intel. The Skylake processors use DDR4. This is 3000 speed. Went for faster speed memory that was available because faster speed memory is going to improve the performance of the integrated GPU that's part of the processor. So that means it's going to get a little bit more out of that. And it's a 2x4 gig kit, 8 gigs total, which is pretty much all you need. You could even get away with less than that, but I think 8 gigs is kind of a good standard baseline to start off with. Motherboards right here. This is the Gigabyte H170N Wi-Fi. There it is in all of its glory. This was featured on on Awesome Hardware just this past week, so we're excited about that. I really like this as a Mini-ITX board. It's got tons and tons of features as long as you don't need to overclock. The H170 chipset does pretty much everything you need aside from overclocking. And speaking of upgrade paths, it's got an M.2 slot on the back, so if Jason ever wanted to drop in like even faster SSD storage there, it's got an M.2 with PCI Express connection, so you can deal with the fastest of the fast new NVMe SSDs, which is pretty cool. And then of course the case right here, Again, the Rosewell U3 Legacy U3. This case isn't available anymore, so if you guys are clicking on the second link that's in the description for the build, it'll actually link to this build with another case, which is the Rosewell Neutron, which is like $40 right now, which is also a pretty nice case. But this is a cool one too. It's got the window on it. It's got aluminum on the outside, very lightweight. But that's enough introduction. We're gonna actually build this thing. I'm gonna walk you through a few of the steps. I'm gonna be kind of guiding Jason through part of this since he wanted to learn to build a new system. You excited, Jason?
I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
I'm thrilled.
See, I finally found someone to match my energy level. Me and Jason, we're gonna have a nice mellow time building this system. Guys, Jason is now installing front panel connectors for the first time ever. Let's all share in his pain. Alright guys, the system is put together, more or less. There's not a lot of room for cable management in this case, but that's cool. Everything actually came together pretty well. I think we're at the moment of truth now. We have plugged in the power supply and Jason's gonna do the honors and see if this thing will actually power on. Okay, switch one. Now we gotta press the power button on the front.
Hey.
Ooh, fans are spinning.
Light is on.
Lights on. Everything looks beautiful. This build went pretty smoothly. It was mainly a lot of just kind of learning experience for Jason. This is his first system that he has assembled, so he did it mostly himself. I only helped once or twice, right?
Right.
I was just kind of talking. I was talking most of the time. I kept going off on tangents, but that's what I do. The system's pretty quiet so far too. This is going to be a top-heavy build since the power supply is at the top and we don't have an SSD or graphics card or a hard drive, I should say, down at the bottom holding stuff down. But altogether, I think it's nice. It's going to stay nice and quiet, and I think it's going to get the job done. What do you think, Jason?
I think so. Yeah.
Cool. All right, so guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it and you think this is a nice build, hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget that I'll be back with more videos very soon. Thanks again, Jason, for bringing your system over here and letting us put it together.
Thanks for your help, Paul.
All right. Have a good one, guys. We'll see you next time.